And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to more One Piece. So let's get the formalities out of the way. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet my continuation of me reading One Piece from the very beginning. Today, we are going to be reading Volume 58 of the series, titled, The Name of This Era is Whitebeard. So let's go ahead and begin. Good to see you, Sir Cachalot. Good to see you, Ogata. Good to see you, Kohagen. And good to see you, Ozzy. The Story of One Piece, Volume 58. Luffy infiltrated the great prison in Bell Down to rescue his brother Ace, but powerful prison guards stood in his way. Upon learning that Ace was already being escorted to the Navy headquarters, Luffy escapes Impel Down along with many other big-name pirates and chases after Ace. Upon the arrival of the Whitebeard pirates in Marineford, the war begins. The 3 admirals and the 7 warlords of the sea show their strength in battle, staining the Navy headquarters with blood. Luffy joins the war, but the battle continues to become even fiercer. Ace's execution has been moved to an earlier time. They're running out of time, but suddenly, Whitebeard is stabbed by one of his underlings. So, we got 11 chapters to go through today. We got 11 chapters to go through, so let's go ahead and get started with chapter 563, One Man, One Heart. And we cut to the other shock of everyone. Well, pretty much the other surprise of a whole bunch of people. Some people are not so surprised because Squard stabbed Whitebeard straight through the chest. But Ace is shocked, Marco, Jozu, Vista. Mihawk is indifferent, like he has a regular face. Jinbei's shocked. Aokiji is normal face. Ivankov is shocked. Kizaru has the same old face he always carries. Sentomaru's just looking on. Doflamingo's smiling. Gecko Moria is grinning ear to ear. Akainu, you don't even see too much of his expression, but all the commanders that follow Whitebeard just look in order as they scream, "Pops!" And then it just shows Squard leaping away from Whitebeard after having stabbed him straight through the chest. All the way through the chest that it went out his back.
Whitebeard!
Goes Buggy, as the transponder snail is still showing all this stuff that just happened. And everyone's screaming, "Whitebeard! He's been stabbed!" "Old man," goes Luffy as Sengoku and Garp look on.
Ah! Whitebeard's been stabbed by one of his own allies. It was one of the pirate captains. World Spider, one of the New World Pirates.
Then Marco shows up right behind Squard.
Squard!
"Why did you do it?" "Shut up! He had it coming!"
Pops!
And some more pirates get blasted by more pacifistas.
"Tell the truth, Whitebeard! You're in cahoots with the Navy! You made a deal with them to save the Whitebeard pirates and Ace!"
And everyone is just listening to all this stuff that Squard is saying.
What's he talking about? What's going on?
"He led us into a trap! I never knew Ace was the son of Gold Roger. When you took me under your wing, I was all alone in the world. And you know why? Because the crew I'd fought with for so long had been annihilated by Gold Roger himself. You knew I hated that man. You should have told me the truth, that Ace was Roger's son and you wanted to make him the next Pirate King. I trusted you, but you'd already betrayed me. You were laughing at me when I became friends with Ace. Ace was the most important thing to you, and now he's been captured. That's why you sold out the 43 pirate captains under you. It's their lives in exchange for Ace's. You made a deal with Sengoku so that the Whitebeard pirates and Ace would be spared. Isn't that right? You made fools of all of us!
Just the sheer fury from this dude. Everything is in big bold, like Squard is angry right now.
We came here ready to die for you and Ace, and look! The Navy's only attacking us! We're surrounded by walls of ice. There's no escape for us now!
So let me just already point out a flaw in your logic, Squad. Look at us. The Navy's only attacking us. if you really paid attention, Squad, you notice that where the pirates are being attacked is where the pacifistas are focusing. Because y'all are on the outskirts. They had the pacifistas pop up so that they could funnel you in. So, of course, Squad doesn't realize this. And this isn't like a story spoiler. This is just basic knowledge. The pacifistas popped up all behind the pirates as they made their way into the bay. And he's saying, like, now look, the Navy's only attacking us. No, they're attacking everybody. They're attacking everybody. But he doesn't realize that.
And look, the Navy's only attacking us. We're surrounded by walls of ice. There's no escape for us now.
And it shows pacifistas just bodying people one after the other.
Pops, is it true?
I know it was a miracle I was able to stab you even once, but I don't care what you do to me now. Go ahead and kill me.
And it it shows Squad speaking with someone. It shows him speaking to someone.
I'm not falling for your tricks.
And this is a flashback.
You'll be sorry. Take a look around you. When the all-out attack is launched, we're only going to kill the allied pirates. We won't touch Whitebeard or his men.
And it shows more pirates being blasted by pacifistas.
No way! It can't be true! Ah! But it does seem like they're only attacking us.
And everyone on Sabaody is listening to this. Whitebeard sold out his friends to the Navy?
I don't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe my own eyes.
Then Marco shows up, grabs him and goes, "You fool! They tricked you, Squad! How could you doubt Pops?"
You're just playing dumb, Marco.
No, you're just plain dumb, Squad. And then Whitebeard speaks as he holds his hand over, the stab wound in his chest.
Ace is indeed Gold Roger's son. He picked on that one that would bother the most. Very cagey of him.
How cagey, goes Sengoku. And then there's a big sudden burst of ice all of a sudden as Buggy looks over and goes,
Huh?
Was this war a setup from the beginning?
Then what have they been fighting for? Does this mean it'll never end?
And then the feed gets cut, and it shows that Buggy and everyone else was frozen by Aokiji. Activate the encirclement wall. Aye, sir!
That bastard! Cut the pretense, Whitebeard! The man who defeated me could never be the weakling I see before me now!
Screams Crocodile. And Whitebeard kind of looks at Crocodile. Mr. One looks at Crocodile, and even Ivankov goes, Croc-boy!
Crocodile,
goes Jinbei. Then it cuts to Marco. Yeah, Pops could have dodged that attack easily, even if he was caught off guard. Not even somebody you trusted could get that close, could get to you like that. So it's not that.
You want me to stay hooked up to these things so the enemy will feel sorry for me? Take them off!
Pops! As it shows Whitebeard taking off all the IVs that's attached to him. Because Whitebeard is old, alright? His health continues to deteriorate.
Squad, how dare you draw your sword against your father? What a stupid son you are!
And Squad looks in fear as Whitebeard kneels down and hugs him. The fact that Whitebeard has to literally crouch all the way down even after kneeling in order to embrace Squad shows you just how titanically tall Whitebeard as an individual is.
You may be a fool, but I still love you.
What are you doing? I tried to kill you.
You've always been one of my most loyal followers. Who was it who lured you into the dark depths of doubt?
It was a rebel from the Navy. He told me that if I stabbed you, my men would be spared. And it turns out this person who was speaking to Squad was in fact a Kainu.
I'm against this operation. The only one who deserves to die is Whitebeard. We can't pass up this opportunity, but if you do what I ask, neither you nor your crew will be harmed. Is that what Akainu told you? I know how much you hate Gold Roger, but it's wrong to condemn a child for the sins of his father's squad. What did Ace ever do to you? Be good to each other. Ace isn't the only one who's special to me. I love all my children.
And then Squad's eyes just tears up because he begins to realize, maybe I made a mistake.
You're as cunning as ever, Sengoku. You've managed to drive a wedge between us.
Pops, tell us it isn't true! As Sengoku and Akainu look on.
We've been betrayed!
You think I would ever sell out my sons?
And then all of a sudden, we see the two tsunamis that were frozen by Aokiji, which were created by Whitebeard. They all just instantly crumble because Whitebeard breaks both sides. So, you've created an escape route for your pirates. Very clever, old man.
If you are pirates, decide now who you believe.
He shattered the walls of ice. Our ships can sail clear.
We can escape whenever we want.
Pops!
I knew it was a lie. The Navy tried to fool us.
Weakling, eh? I see you don't mince words.
As Whitebeard kinda, eyeballs Crocodile.
But you expect too much of me, Crocodile. I'm just one man with one heart. They call me a fiend and a monster, but I can't remain the strongest forever. If I can help one young pirate achieve his destiny, my life will be complete. Isn't that enough?
Pops! As it cuts to Ace, and Squard is on his knees crying. As it cuts to Whitebeard, who screams,
If you're coming with me, kiss your lives goodbye!
Aye, aye!
Let's go!
As Whitebeard stops watching all the stuff happening, now the general has decided to enter the fight! Whitebeard launches off of the Moby Dick.
Stand your ground! The most dangerous man in the world is charging us!
And that is the end of chapter 563. We got an SBS, and we can move on to 564. Reader, Q. I'm going to start SBS now. Whoops, my ambition slipped out. Sign, Hanko. Oda, ambition? You just granted your wish. It is now officially started. Question, so when is Whitebeard going to use the boomerang under his nose? Sign, Chichan. Answer, well, probably when he goes to the park with his dog. Go get it, Stefan! And his dog, Stefan, is basically a white dog that has the same type of mustache that Whitebeard has. Ain't it crazy how this man's got a mustache, but everyone calls him Whitebeard and no one questions it at all? Like, you can see Whitebeard's face, but you don't question, like, he doesn't have a white beard. That doesn't pop up in your head. It's just like, he's Whitebeard. Let's leave it at that. Go get it, Stefan. Or go get it, Steven. It's not a frisbee, so it comes back. Wait, what? Question. I have a question. Does a banana fit inside Whitebeard's beard? Is that thing like a banana pouch? Signed, Sam. Answer. Yup, if you open the zipper on the back, you'll find some bananas. You can line them up, 3 in the right side and 3 on the left, bringing it up to a total of 6 bananas. Come on, men. It's time for a battle. Have some bananas first. What do you people think Whitebeard is anyway? Question. Hello, Mr. Oda. I have a question. Is Whitebeard Edward Newgate a Logia type or a Paramecia type? Whitebeard didn't freeze even when he was attacked by Aokiji. Personally, I think he's a Logia. Answer. I guess it's hard to see, but he's a Paramecia type. The Tremor fruit is considered to be one of the most powerful fruits among the Paramecia types. Because he's an earthquake human, you might think he would be a Logia type, but in that case, Whitebeard himself would have to be an earthquake. Whitebeard can cause earthquakes. In other words, he can cause tremors or shaking that start these earthquakes. In short, he's a Paramecia type. that's as powerful as Logia types. Yeah, hige means facial hair. It's a genetic term for it. Yeah, in Japanese, Whitebeard would be called Shirohige, with Shiro meaning white. And then you have Blackbeard, who's called Kurohige, with Kuro meaning black. So hige is just like a generic term for hair. So even if they have a beard or don't have one, that's just basically the basic term for it. In Japanese, there's no word for mustache. Exactly. So of course, no one questions it at all. Chapter 564, The Man Who Shook the World. And Whitebeard lands in front of his ship because the man is ready to fight! Whitebeard is finally going to fight! And Sengoku's looking as Whitebeard stares down everyone.
Follow Pops' lead! Make a path for Pops!
That fool Squad fell for the Navy's trick and stabbed Pops. How could he be so stupid? Can you imagine how much that would hurt?
We'll make the Navy pay for this!
As everyone following Whitebeard charges. But Squard is unable to move because of what he's just done.
What have I done? Pops, I'm sorry! Ace, I'm sorry! Blast! How could I have doubted Pops when I love him so much?
Squard! And Marco's still there with Squard. Are you just going to stand there and cry? And, well, Squard is crying.
Is the encirclement wall ready yet?
I'm sorry, sir. The ice is a lot thicker than we expected. And Ace is just watching all this go down. Then we come back to Luffy.
That old man is awesome! He got stabbed, but he's still standing! Ah!
Luffy!
We have to get to Ace right now!
Jinbei, look! Our enemies have all gathered in the plaza.
I have a bad feeling about this, but Pops is making his move. We can't stop now.
And it shows the Navy as they are all on the walls, but they're no longer in the bay. And then we get like a big giant who shows up.
I won't let you enter the plaza, Whitebeard pirates!
It's John Giant!
And Whitebeard is looking at John Giant. And he tries to bring his sword down on Whitebeard, but Whitebeard blocks him with one arm.
Out of my way! You shall not pass!
Then Whitebeard, in one of the coolest shots in anime history, one of the coolest shots in One Piece, he grabs the air. He grabs onto it and then yanks it down. And the whole everywhere starts tilting. Get up and fight, Dayui. But the whole place starts tilting.
What? My footing!
Ah, the ground is tilting!
And then people are getting thrown off of walls and into the ocean.
Don't get too close to Pops! Ugh, we've got more than earthquakes to worry about now! The whole island! Even the sea! Everything's tilting!
And Whitebeard's power is so great, he is capable, just put this into perspective. Not only is he capable of tilting the entire area where he's in, but it also tilts the very ocean itself. Like it splits into sections and tilts in different directions, as if they were building blocks. As if the sea itself was solid and it was giving way to his power. That's crazy. Literally tilting the entire sea itself. Perfect timing. Alright, family was trying to ask me what I wanted to eat, but it's way too early for that. Way too early, and I've barely begun this volume. I'll eat after I'm done reading. But Whitebeard basically tilts not only Marineford, but the surrounding seas all around them. And entire warships are getting pulled into this maelstrom as Doflamingo is laughing to himself. That old geezer is unstoppable.
Yeah, I can't stay on my feet.
John Giant was one of the first big characters we saw when Navy HQ, who gave the big speech about right after Luffy received his first bounty. I think so, yeah. Yeah, he was the one giving the big speech at Navy HQ. Talking about justice, and that's when we see the justice on the backs of the Navy dudes. That was back when we saw John Giant, but I couldn't say his name until he was first mentioned. You sure? It's okay if you need a food break. Oh no, I'm fine. Trust me. I'm good. I'm gonna eat after I do this. Right now, this takes priority.
I can't stay on my feet!
And plus, it wasn't that long ago when I had a little bit of breakfast as well, so don't worry, I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm good. I'll eat afterwards, but this needs to continue on.
The city's falling apart!
And Hancock is watching as all this happens. And then Marineford lands, sets itself right back in the center of... back into the center of everything. It goes back to its level, but the waves around Marineford just get raised as tsunamis just raise in all directions. And then Whitebeard jumps up in front of John Giant and unleashes a solid quake punch that sends John Giant flying. Now, the difference between this and the anime is that when Whitebeard punches John Giant with a point-blank quake punch, you don't see blood spray out of John Giant's mouth. You see a little, like, a spit fly out, but you don't see blood. In the manga, however, John Giant gets hit hard enough to not only shoot blood out of his mouth, but you actually see one of his teeth dislodge as he's launched backwards. And a shockwave launches from John Giant, who falls forward, and it continues on as it makes its way towards the execution platform.
You can't stop him!
Get him, Pops!
It's headed for the execution platform! Yeah, break it down!
Then we see an explosion that hits the surrounding area, but doesn't touch the execution platform.
Hooray! Look at the town!
It missed the platform! What deflected it? Hey! The three admirals! As we see Kizaru, Akainu, and Aokiji holding their hands forward as they apparently blocked the shockwave from hitting it. Now, before y'all say anything, don't say what y'all think it is, because I know what it is. I know what it is, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is as well, but let's save that for people who get further into this series when it's fully explained. This happened because you didn't get the wall up fast enough.
It's because of your ice.
Huh? Then why don't you melt it, Sakazuki?
That was close! We almost fell through the ice! The old man's hitting everybody around him.
His crew knows how he fights. That's why they took cover.
Fire! Ignore the cannons. Keep charging, men! Yeah!
And it shows Whitebeard as he's directly in front of everybody. Scary. They sound angry, goes Kizaru and Aokiji, but Akainu says nothing.
Run! Shake him off your tail! We can't help out if we stay here! What a show!
Goes Gecko Moria. Then it cuts to Luffy, who tries to latch onto a wall, but all of a sudden, another wall pops up and dislodges Luffy. The top is clear! Now I can climb up! Ah! What's going on? A wall? Take that! And one dude tries to hit the wall, but breaks his club on it. And there's this big, massive wall that encircles everyone in the bay that rises up higher than where the execution platform is. Like this big, giant, we're gonna build a wall, and it's just encircling everybody.
We're surrounded! What are they doing?
It won't budge. This steel must be really thick. So this is the encirclement wall they were talking about.
The Navy's trying to kill us from a distance, the cowards! The cannons are pointing at us!
And then we see Sengoku.
What's going on? Finish raising the wall. Hurry!
Oars' body is weighing it down! His blood has knocked out the power! And because it shows Oars is laying on a section of the wall that won't raise because, one, the dude is heavy, and two, Like he said, the blood has shorted out the wall. Oars, goes Ace.
Now's our chance.
This may not be the ideal situation, but begin the attack, Akainu.
And then Akainu causes massive multitudes of lava to emanate from him from both sides.
Ryusei Kazan! Meteor Volcano!
And he shoots it. Now here's the thing. It doesn't show Akainu aiming into the air to use this attack. It just shows the lava fist immediately falling down on everyone. In the anime, he points his fist up and starts shooting countless amounts of lava into the air, which then, using gravity, come right back down in the shape of gigantic fists that just barrage everybody as if it was a meteor shower. Here, it skips over that whole thing where he even starts the attack, and we just see the end result. So that's one thing the anime kind of expanded on just a little bit.
Melt the ice and take away their footing!
As all these fists just barrage everyone below. And people are getting hit, Ivankov's jumping out of the way, Whitebeard's looking at all this stuff happen, and Luffy's seeing all this stuff happen too. And that's the end of chapter 564. We got another SBS, and we can move on to 565. Question. Grrr! Sign D. Hosokawa. Answer. What was that? Was that some beast growling at me? You heard that too, right? Uh-oh. Okay, moving on. Question. I turned 28, and every single day I think about One Piece. There's this question I want to ask. In a One Piece art book, there was this technique called face fleurs, where Robin's face appears on the back of Chopper's head. What situation is that supposed to be used in? I couldn't help but laugh when I saw it. Signed, Tony Chappie. Answer. I see. Well, for the people who don't know, there was a section in an art book that shows parts of my notes, and this was one of the things shown. To tell you the truth, there was a scene during the Skypiea arc where Robin had to transport her unconscious crewmates. At that time, I thought that sprouting faces, arms, and legs on her crewmates might make transporting them really easy. But it was so creepy that I decided not to do it. But if you really like it, I might do it some other time. Question! Hello, Mr. Oda. There's one thing that's been bothering me. Why does Ace have freckles? My mother calls him that freckled face guy all the time. Isn't that terrible? Signed, Rihosuke. Answer. Speaking of freckles, it's known among my assistants that I always forget to draw the freckles, about 92% of the time. Well, setting that aside, Ace probably doesn't care about it either. Do you know about the saying from the old show Candy Candy? I don't care if I'm freckle-faced. Yeah, for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, ask your mom or dad. And if you notice, Ace apparently gets his freckles from his mom, because during the backstory of Porcus de Rouge, you can see she also has freckles on her face. So that's something that he inherited. Chapter 565, Oars' Path. Why'd they cut the video feed? Saba Ode Archipelago. Show us what's going on in Marineford! There's a problem with the transponder snails over there. We can't do anything about it from this end. Is it true? Did Whitebeard make a secret deal with the Navy? Did he really sell out his men? You gotta let us see what's going on! It's unlikely the video feed will be restored. The Navy's pulling a stupid trick. The fate of the world's hanging in the balance!
I guess the show's over.
Goes Kid, as a couple of the supernovas are watching this fight go on. I sailed all the way back here to see this war, and now the video snails are on the fritz. I sailed all the way here to see this war, and now the video's on the fritz. Of course they're not. Huh? Isn't that what happened? You swabs are fools. They cut the feed because they want to keep everybody in the dark. Society in general, as well as us pirates. Diaz Drake is watching. Then it cuts to Capone. Whitebeard sold out his people? That's ridiculous.
Whitebeard sold out his people? That's ridiculous. His loyalty to his men is legendary.
Godfather! Let's go, goes Mad Monk in Urouge, and he just leaves. Then we have Basil Hawkins. The chance of the Whitebeard pirates surviving is... Captain Bonnie! Shut up! Leave me alone! As Bonnie is just crying her eyes out. Then it just has Law. You don't even see his face, and he's leaving. Get the ship ready, Beppo. Aye, aye, Captain! Come with me, John Bart. Then we cut to Akainu, who's still using... Okay, so we see... Alright, so now it shows him using this attack from his position. Okay, so when it started, it doesn't show... When he started using Meteor Volcano, we didn't see the startup, but we see Akainu having his fists raised and launching those fists into the air. As he continues with the barrage of... Ryusei Kazan! And he's just hitting everybody with it. People are trying to run, and as he's running, another person's running, the ice starts to melt, and he falls into the water.
Darn it! Our ship!
And Whitebeard's looking back. The ship that carried us for decades! The Moby Dick! As it shows, the Moby Dick is being broken in half and destroyed by this attack from Akainu. I'm sorry. Isn't there anything we can do? Isn't there anything we can do about it? And people are being blasted all over.
Yeah! It burns! The lava's making the sea boil!
Hey, look! As the cannons on the encirclement wall all aim down towards these pirates who are, you know, struggling to get out of the water, they're now being fired upon on this very shaky footing landscape now.
The way to the plaza is blocked!
We'll be surrounded
We'll be stranded in the water!
And it cuts to Whitebeard, who puts his fist up, and he tries to use a quake punch towards the encirclement wall, but it doesn't do anything to the wall itself. The wall resists it, but not without having like a little bit of damage go through it a little bit, but not enough to destroy the wall outright. And everyone else on the other side of the wall can kind of feel the shockwave go through a little, but it's not enough to outwardly destroy the entire wall.
The wall won't shatter! I don't believe it. Pops' power doesn't work on it.
That's no ordinary steel.
Then it cuts to more people getting barraged by a meteor volcano and fired upon by the cannons.
The operation is going as planned. We will now perform the execution of Porcus D. Ace.
As the warlords look on, and the swords are drawn towards Ace.
You hear that? We can't let them kill Ace when we're so close! The only path is through wars, but watch out! The Navy's definitely waiting for us there!
Jinbei boy! Where's Straw Hat boy?
He was right beside me a moment ago. There he is!
No way! Stop! It's obviously a trap! And Luffy is trying to get through the opening, but he gets blasted back.
Gah!
Fire!
I told you! There's no way the Navy wouldn't leave the one way in undefended. It had to be a trap.
How could you be so reckless?
I gotta do something! They're gonna execute Ace!
You're right about that. That cave is the only opening in the wall of steel. We have to use it to our advantage somehow.
But only a few of us can pass through that narrow opening at a time. Each group that goes through will have to face the full force of the Navy. I need a favor. And then something happens near the soldiers as something slams near them. Huh?
Yeah! He's alive! The last shock must have woke him up! Little Oars Jr.!
As Oars wakes up after, being skewered and having his foot cut off, he wakes up.
It's Oars!
Ace.
He's still alive?
Oars! Goes Ace.
Shoot him! He may be up, but he's mortally wounded!
It's alright, I'll do it. Goes Kizaru.
Admiral Kizaru!
Sorry. Sorry.
Admiral Kizaru!
At a time like this, a shot in the head is all that's required. As Kizaru prepares to just straight up kill Oars. Then something shoots up over the wall.
What's that?
A pillar of water? And it lands right in front of everyone. And some soldiers get doused in the water. And Kobe looks on as he goes, "Hey! It's Luffy, who's holding like an entire ship mast as he stands right in front of all the admirals. When this scene was animated in the anime, it was like, that's quality.
Mizugo Koro! Kairi Ponzioi!
And then Luffy lands right in front of everyone. The water droplets all over the air. Everyone just standing there with the whole sequence of scenes was just absolutely gorgeous in the anime.
Straw Hat Luffy!
You made it all the way here, but you're not getting on this platform yet. You're persistent, son of dragon.
He's pretty scary for a kid. And Luffy is just huffing and puffing in front of the 3 most powerful individuals in the Navy. It's hopeless.
Luffy!
Goes Ace. Sengoku and Garp continue to look on.
Let me have Ace!
As he swings the mast at the admirals, but Aokiji instantly freezes it.
Gum! Stamp Gatling!
And he uses Stamp Gatling on the mast, causing all these pieces to fly towards the admirals. But of course, with all 3 of them being Logia types, the pieces just fly through them, without them even batting an eye.
Hey, that guy who jumped over the wall is Ace's little brother!
He's foolhardy as his brother. He's as foolhardy as his brother. Oars, stay there. We need your help. Pops. Jozu, play our trump card. Aye, aye. Get everybody ready. We're going to storm the plaza.
Rah!
And that's the end of chapter 565. Onwards to chapter 566, Raid. Let me make sure my audio's good, because sometimes when I mess with my mic, it messes up things. But we're good. Chapter 566, Raid. And the pieces we see the pieces falling and hitting Aokiji and Akainu and Kizaru, but they're not doing anything to them because their Logia powers are letting these attacks phase through them. Aokiji, he's being broken off in different pieces. Akainu, the ice and the mast itself is burning as soon as it hits him, and all the other pieces just passes straight through Kizaru because he's made of light. So all of Luffy's efforts aren't really doing anything to these admirals. And the vice admirals continue to look on, including the one that has his eyes closed, smokes a cigar, and has that big cheese on his face, like, with that big old Action Hank from Dexter's Laboratory beard he's got. Then Luffy goes, Gear 2! And he dashes past the admirals. But then a light appears right next to him, and it's Kizaru, who's faster than Luffy in his Gear 2nd state. Too slow. And he kicks away Luffy into the far-off distance. And we see other people fighting. We see Luffy fly into the distance after being kicked by Kizaru. And we see Sengoku.
Do it!
Yes, sir! The swords get above Ace as they prepare to execute him.
Ace!
But all of a sudden, those same execution guards get cut down by someone. And they fall down the stairs.
Who is it?
You. We thought you wouldn't interfere because of your grudge against Whitebeard.
Crocodile!
As it shows that Crocodile was the one who took out the 2 dudes on the execution platform, inadvertently saving Ace. Oh, I missed my chance, as Marco was prepared to do it as well. Huh? Him?
I'll erase that dying old man later. I don't want to see any of you celebrating before that.
Then Crocodile's head gets cut off immediately.
Huh?
Come on, Croc.
Doflamingo!
You rejected me, and now you're joining Whitebeard. I'm jealous. And Crocodile's head reforms, because, he's a Logia user as well.
I'm not joining anyone.
As Crocodile clashes with Doflamingo, and some people get swept up as their clashing creates a shockwave. And making sure I didn't miss anything, it cuts to Luffy, who's apparently been stabbed by Aokiji.
Gah!
I owe your grandfather a great debt, but you leave me no choice. You chose this path of death yourself.
Ah! Darn it!
That Doflamingo laugh? Was it good? Was it good? Thank you. And it cuts to Hancock.
You dog! Don't you dare lay a hand on Luffy!
But before Aokiji can do anything further to Luffy, Marco shows up, flies in, and drop kicks Aokiji into the distance.
Admiral! That's
The leader of Division 1, Marco!
3 of them broke through the blockade! Those devil fruit people are jumping over the wall! Fleet Admiral! The pirates in the bay are up to something!
Hurry! Swim towards oars!
We have to get to the plaza! The pirates are desperate! Guard the breach in the encirclement wall!
They have no ship and no footing. Those pirate fools are insane with panic. They're ducks in a barrel. Fire at will! Then they notice something bubbling underneath the water itself. Huh? And it's a whole brand new ship.
What? Grab hold! Get on the ship! It can't be! Another ship? Another coated ship has appeared!
Oh no.
It was hiding in the water all along,
Goes Sudo.
What? I never said I'd brought out all my ships.
It's a paddle ship! It's heading straight for us! As it makes its way towards oars.
Sink it like we did the Moby Dick! No! Forget the ship! Fire at oars!
Huh? Too late. Come on, men!
As Oars uses all of his strength to pull that one ship straight through the break in the encirclement wall.
He pulled the ship ashore! They've broken through the encirclement wall!
They got us. They went right through that little mouse hole. Now the encirclement wall may work against us,
Goes Garb. And then it cuts to the pirates.
We've reached the plaza! Save Ace! Take down Navy headquarters!
Pops!
Whitebeard, is your head still on your shoulders, Ace?
As it shows Oars being barraged by cannon fire all over.
Oars!
Ace, I'm gonna...
But Oars falls forward.
Oars!
Oars.
Then it shows Whitebeard as he brandishes his Bacento. It's called Murakumogiri, if you want to know the name of his big old pole arm. It's called the Murakumogiri. And it's one of the... I'll save it.
Whitebeard is at the plaza!
Stand back, my sons.
As he uses his Quake power and engulfs his Bacento in it, swings it forward, and he pretty much breaks the entire area in front of him, causing everyone to be launched. Momonga's there as people are getting swept away. All the admirals are standing there as their own dudes get swept away. Then it cuts to everyone that follows Whitebeard.
All right, men. We're going to save Ace and destroy the Navy.
Then it shows Sengoku.
Garp. Yeah. Looks like we won't be getting off easy this time.
As Sengoku prepares to roll up his sleeves. But everyone is there with Whitebeard as they're there to save Ace. And that is the end of 566. Onwards to 567, Marineford Navy Headquarters, Oris Plaza.
Destroy Navy headquarters! Don't get too close to me.
Aye aye!
As Whitebeard prepares to use that same attack, engulfing his Bacento in his Quake power, and swing it forward.
He's gonna fire another one!
Ice Bowl! And Whitebeard gets frozen by Aokiji.
Whitebeard is frozen!
But Whitebeard breaks out of the ice ball pretty much instantly. I guess it's no use. Vibrations don't seem to freeze very well. And he bursts out and he stabs Aokiji straight through the midsection.
He stabbed him with pure hockey! Is Aokiji dead?
No! just as he says in the anime. No! But of course not, fool. And he tries to freeze. He starts to freeze his Bacento. And I'm looking, I'm paying attention. Yeah, it starts to freeze. Whitebeard's Basento starts to freeze behind him. And then he uses Ice Block, Partisan. And as he prepares to launch these spears point blank at Whitebeard, something comes in right next to Aokiji with him going, And it's Jozu, who shoulder checks him with a Brilliant Punk! But he doesn't say Brilliant Punk, but he just shoulder checks him. That's what Jozu loves, to shoulder check people when he's coked in diamonds. But he slams Aokiji and sends him falling into the water. Pops, go on. Aye. And Aokiji reforms himself. Diamond Jozu. And it shows that Aokiji is bleeding after being hit by Jozu. And then it shows the pirates and the Navy still fighting each other. And Ace still making his way toward... And not Ace. I meant to say Luffy making his way towards Ace. Ace! But then we get someone who sweeps his leg out from under him. And Vice Admiral Momonga is one of these individuals. Gah! And he swings his legs around to try and hit them. But Momonga is capable of using the same abilities as CP9. And he moonwalks up into the air and then slashes Luffy. Luffy's getting hit. Then we get another Vice Admiral who looks like a Dalmatian. So he has a Dalmatian devil fruit, Zoan devil fruit. Gear 2! Finger pistol! And in this dog form, Luffy gets, finger pistoled. And after he gets tossed, a light flashes in front of Luffy. And a beam of light pierces straight through him, causing a big old Titanic explosion to happen behind him, launching him forward. And that person is Kizaru! Guts alone aren't enough, Straw Hat Luffy. He doesn't have a southern drawl that's specific for Aokiji. Guts alone aren't enough, Straw Hat Luffy. It takes more than effort alone to save someone. You've got to have power. Ace! Take down Whitebeard! And Luffy is barely conscious as Kizaru proceeds to kick him with full force away from him, but Luffy is then caught by Whitebeard. Ace's brother! Ace! It's sad to see how low the mighty Whitebeard has sunk. How could a leader of your standing let a piece of trash like that lead your charge? There he is! There he is! Straw Boy! Jinbei! Over there! Who's there? Where's that voice coming from? Kizaru would make a great Bond villain? He would. There he is! Straw Boy! Jinbei, over there! Who's there? Where's that voice coming from? And it's Ivankov, whose entire face is over the encirclement wall, but his face is also majorly enlarged. See? I told you this would happen! Luffy! That giant face! It's Ivankov of the Revolutionary Army! Are you still alive, Straw Hat Boy? Eva! Let me go! Old man, He's more than done his share. He's done more than his share. Get him patched up. Aye! As Whitebeard tosses Luffy to the side and continues forward. I'm fine! I don't have time for that! While he struggles to even stand. Hey, stop that! Get out of my way! Ace is the only brother I have in this world! I gotta save him! And the moment Luffy steps forward, he falls flat on his face. Luffy! Hey, somebody get a doctor! Jinbei! You're nothing but a mass of spirit. All you can do is talk big. Pathetic young fool. I love idiots like you. And then it cuts to Whitebeard, who prepares to use his Basento again. Whitebeard is charging again! But he's then stopped by the foot of Akainu, who keeps him from moving. I love how this was done in the anime where you see him swing forward and then you see the foot come up and then you see the explosion and then you see the shock wave that's constantly pulsing and you see Whitebeard and Akainu whose jackets are way too big to be on their shoulders in that shot and they're just clashing with one another and it cuts to Akainu after the explosion. He goes,
"This island won't last long if we turn you loose."
But there's an explosion. Wait, let me do this right. There's an explosion. Then we have Jinbei.
"I'll entrust Luffy to you. This will be my final battle."
Then Akainu.
"This island won't last long if we turn you loose. Try and protect the island."
Then Akainu builds up magma in his arm, and he launches it at Whitebeard, who then uses a quake punch to deflect it and repel it. And there's a titanic explosion as we cut to the commanders fighting, and it cuts to the warlords fighting. It cuts to people trying to hit Kizaru, and, you know, he's made of light. Kizaru walking around, blasting people just casual like, oh, there's one. Boom! There's another. Boom! Oh, there's another. Boom! He's just so casual with it. Like, I'm just gonna kill everyone. There. Just how scary it is for a person to point a finger and shoot out a beam that's capable of eviscerating you instantly. Kind of reminds me of Frieza to a degree. Wait, that reminds me. When is the next Hold on. When is the next chapter of Dragon Ball? I don't want to miss it. Did I miss it? Did I miss the newest chapter of Dragon Ball? No! Next 7 days. I'm straight. Thank God. But it shows everyone fighting. Gekko Moria, the commanders, Sentomaru. There's just so much fighting happening directly in front of the execution platform. Then Marco, we're coming. Ace, as Ace flies towards the execution platform himself. But all of a sudden, Garp jumps up, and I love the shot in the anime. You're going to hear me compare a lot of scenes in the anime. I love the shot in the anime when Marco is flying towards the execution platform. Garp jumps up, and you see him wind up like, yeah! And Garp winds up hitting Marco and sending him flying into the distance. Commander Marco! Then Sengoku. Who gave you the order to move out? He's finally made his move! It's the Legend of the Navy! It's Garp! Old man.
Garp. If you want to get past me, it'll be over my dead body, you brats!
And that is the end of chapter 567. 67. Sorry, I got hiccups a little. We got an SBS. Question. Orochi, I got a question. Can you tell me the ages of the 7 warlords of the sea? Signed, Jaiko Maxon. Question. I have a question for Orochi. On volume 56, page 172 to 173, the 7 warlords of the sea look really tall. Can you tell me their heights? Signed, Keita. Answer. Sure thing. You want their age and height, right? I'll just add in Crocodile with them, and we'll go with the tallest first. And don't worry, Kohagen, this is in your favorite way of measuring people. Mordia, 48, 400, no, I'm reading this wrong. Gekko Moria, he's the oldest. 48 years old, 6 meters, 92 centimeters. Kuma, 45, 6 meters, 89 centimeters. Teach, 38, 3 meters, 48 centimeters. Doflamingo, 39, 3 meters, 5 centimeters. Jinbei, 44, 3 meters, 1 centimeters. Crocodile, 44, 2 meters, 53 centimeters. Mihawk, 41, 1 meter and 98 centimeters. Hancock, 29, 1 meter, 91 centimeters. So Hancock is taller than Mihawk, but shorter than Crocodile. As it should be, natural order of things, whatever helps you sleep at night. Question, Orochi, what's up? It might be sudden, but can you tell me Hancock's measurements? Signed, Amoeba Pirates Division 1, Ie-chan. Question, Orochi, this is my first time writing to you. There's something I want to ask you, but what's Hancock's cup size? Personally, I hope that she's a J cup. Signed, Edo Kappa. Answer. Well then, I got these letters above. You perverts. On top of that, Edo Kappa also had a message saying that he always enjoys my comics with his whole family. Edo Kappa's mother and father, your son sent me this kind of mail. He's a pervert. Anyway, I got the Snake Princess's measurements from Sanji. Here they are. 111, 61, 91. Those are her measurements. Amazing! And for her cup size, Edo Kappa wanted it to be a J cup, so J cup it is. How do you like that, Edo Kappa's parents? And that's the end of the SBS. Chapter 568, Have It Your Way. The hero Garp is joining the battle!
Don't be intimidated. He's just a feeble old soldier.
Don't be intimidated. He's just a feeble old soldier now.
And it cuts to Akainu, who's right there in front of Whitebeard.
You belong to the same generation. Better focus on the enemy before you.
And Akainu creates this dog head made of lava, which Whitebeard easily dissipates, and there's an explosion from him deflecting it off to the side as it hits another section of Marineford.
Do you have to demolish the town every single time? I told you to defend it, didn't I?
Open the path to rescue Ace!
And it shows more people defending themselves from pacifistas.
This is the power of the new world!
Then we cut back to the execution platform. What is it, Fire Fist?
Huh? Ace.
Gold Roger? You mean Goldie Roger? You mean Gold Roger? Do I know about him? Do you know why pirates wreak so much havoc in this world? It's because of Gold Roger. That creature should have never been born into this world. He's a horrible piece of human trash. He's worth nothing alive and even less dead. He's the worst catastrophe that could happen in this world, to this world. Remember that!
And this is Ace in the past.
Huh? What's wrong with you? What are you so mad about? Who's this little pipsqueak anyway? Ah!
As Ace apparently was, they got beat up. Then it cuts to someone else talking to Ace.
What did you do in town, Ace? Everybody's talking about some kid who almost killed a bunch of the local urchins. What? They're not dead? What did you say?
You want to know about Roger? Roger! Don't ever utter that vile name in my presence, brat!
Then we got Garp.
You're a real troublemaker lately. Lately, Ace.
Oh man, you have a grandson, don't you? Is he happy?
You mean Luffy? He's alright.
Old man.
What?
Would it have been better if I was never born?
Well, only time can answer that question.
And then we leave the flashback, and we see Garp's face as he silently looks on. Then we have Ivankov standing right next to Luffy as Luffy grabs onto him. Eva! Hey, are you awake? Please, I need one last favor from you.
Ah! Clear the way!
I'm no good, goes Ace.
We'll be there soon, Ace,
goes Jinbei.
Hold on a little longer! We're coming! Ace! We're coming to save you, Ace!
We'll be right there!
Don't give up!
No, I'm so torn up inside. Even now. Pops, Luffy, all my shipmates, they're all bleeding and dying for me. It touches me so deeply. The tears won't stop flowing. As Ace is just feeling all this torrent of emotion as he sees that everyone is so willing to literally die for him. Even after everything I've seen and done, I still don't want to die. And Garp, hearing all this, just puts his head down because this is hard for him too.
Captain Buggy! You've come to your senses! This is great! You're alive! Duh? What happened to me? Aokiji froze you, but the water that got heated by the lava thawed you out. Blast those Navy dogs! Nobody freezes me and gets away with it! Ah! He's incredible! He just got thawed out and he's ready to fight!
Then we see Whitebeard grab his chest all of a sudden. And then he falls to his knees, and Whitebeard immediately starts coughing up blood. He immediately grabs his heart, and he starts coughing up blood immediately, and he drops to his knees.
Blasted hole!
Pops!
Not even you can defeat old age, Whitebeard.
The thing I feared most is happening, as Marco makes his way towards Whitebeard. All it takes to lose is to be caught off guard. And then Kizaru shoots Marco straight through the chest. Marco! Goes Jozu. You looked away just now. And then Aokiji freezes the arm of Jozu. Jozu! Then we cut to Akainu, who covers his hand in lava, he just turns his hand into lava, and then proceeds to hit Whitebeard directly in the chest, surprising Whitebeard and Ace, who's still teary-eyed. Then we cut to Ivankov again. You want me to give you another shot of energy hormone? It would kill you! You've been fighting ever since you broke out of Impel Down. You haven't even fully recovered from being poisoned. Your body can't take anymore if you force it to keep going. Hey, Pops you're really going to die! Then Luffy stretches and grabs onto the scruff of Ivankov's collar. As long as I do everything I can, I don't care if I die. Let me fight, Eva! Pops is down! Marco and Jozo are in trouble too, goes Vista. If I don't keep fighting and they kill Ace, I couldn't live with that! And seeing the conviction on Luffy, Ivankov just stares back at him. Then we get Whitebeard, who's on his knees, still with his chest still smoking from it getting gouged into by Akainu. Please, give me the power to fight right now! And then more fighting happens, and Ivankov screams, I told you! If I let you die, I'd never be able to face Dragon again, you young fool! Fine. Have it your way! As Ivankov stabs into Luffy. Hey, what are you doing? Then Luffy, feeling that surge of adrenaline again, stands up and then screams with renewed vigor. And like, Luffy is ready to fight again. And he just lets out this incredibly loud war cry. Luffy, goes Ace. And that's the end of chapter 568. Onwards to chapter 569, but first another SBS. Question! Mr. Oda, I have someone that promised that we'd get married if you let me get on SBS. So please post this letter. You have to make my day, Odachi. Signed, Shogo Michihata. Answer, sure thing. There, it's posted. Now who's the lucky man? You better keep your promise. Question, I have a question. In chapter 556 of volume 57, there were a few pirates behind Sudu that were being hung and dried. Who did that to them? Sudu? And I'm wondering why they were hung there in the first place. And since Mr. 3 has been doing so well recently, can you explain it by talking like him? Signed, Daddy of 2. Answer. You're right about them being hung out to dry. And you're right about the Naval Vice Admiral Sudu being the culprit. Her devil fruit is the wash fruit. A washer human. She washes and dries any evildoer, cleaning up even their hearts just a little bit. Being able to wash away evil hearts, pirates find her to be quite a formidable foe. We must be careful. Question. Hello, Orochi. I have a 10% serious question. You know there are some people that keep getting on Usopp Gallery pirates in the Japanese volumes. Does that mean you're not the one picking and choosing which ones to post? Or you're not even picking them seriously? I really wonder about this. And answer me in exactly 3 lines. Signed, Sweet Strawberry. Answer. I am serious when I pick which ones to post. Wait, that didn't even take 1 line. I'll give you the long answer to this then. For every volume, we hold a meeting with my graphic novel editor, Yokoyama. With my graphic novel editor, Yokoyama, Usopp, and me. We decide which ones we'll post during that meeting. my readers and I fully enjoy. During that meeting. To me, I think that section should be comprised of artist works that my readers and I can fully enjoy. Corrected it. Just simply having your work posted isn't the end all. I want their works to continually be posted so that you can have the readers enjoy it. I want their works to keep that motivation. That's why, if it's good, it'll get posted, even if the person's art has been posted before. But in exchange, I won't give the grand prize to the same person twice. I really enjoy being a judge for this each time. That's the end of SBS. Onwards to chapter 569, White Monster. And we have Luffy making his way to the platform.
Hey! They're trying to execute Ace again! Straw Hat Boy, if you collapse again, you're finished!
The energy hormone only tricks your body. It doesn't fix any of your injuries.
I'm never gonna collapse again. Out of the way!
Out of the way! Hee-haw! And Ivankov winks and just decimates a whole path in front of Luffy. And as Luffy's running, he runs into Kobe.
Kobe! I have to fight, or I'll never change. This is my battlefield. I have to fight like I want to kill him. Gum, shave!
And
bullet!
And Luffy, without losing momentum, even though Kobe shaves in front of him, he winds up shaving directly into the path of Luffy's fists, and he just gets bodied by Luffy instantly. And Luffy continues to run on as Kobe is instantly knocked unconscious and foaming at the mouth. But Luffy also runs into a squad of pacifistas.
Whoa!
Monkey D. Luffy.
I forgot how dangerous they were! The fake Kumas!
And one gets in front of Luffy preparing to blast him, but Boa Hancock stands in the way.
Hey!
Boa Hancock of the Seven Warlords.
Hey! Look out!
Attack aborted. Ally detected.
Oh yeah, you're on their side. Thanks, Hancock. He called me by my name again. Isn't that the Empress? How do you two know each other?
Move aside, Boa Hancock.
Don't you dare call me that! Don't you dare call me that!
As Hancock hits one of the pacifistas, turning its head to stone. She just bodies the pacifista instantly.
Pops!
As it shows Marco, who was pierced by Kizaru.
Gah.
Oh, looks like I caught you off guard. But you sure regenerate a lot, Phoenix Marco. And while Marco's moving, Vice Admiral Onigumo claps on some Sea Prism handcuffs onto Marco, keeping him from using his powers. And the unique way that Onigumo uses them is that he has the Sea Prism handcuffs on I guess metallic ends of wood so that he's not affected, because apparently so that Onigumo can't get touched by it as well, because otherwise it makes me think that Onigumo has a Devil Fruit power too, so he doesn't get affected. But the handcuffs go on Marco, Sea Prism Stone, and then Marco is once again pierced through the body by Kizaru, but this time without the ability to instantly regenerate, since his Devil Fruit powers have been nullified.
Commander Marco! Commander Jozu is down too!
As it shows Aokiji not only froze Aokiji, I said Aokiji. Not only did Aokiji freeze Jozu, but Jozu's entire right arm snaps off. The Whitebeard pirates are doomed.
All the squad leaders are getting taken down!
Hurry up! Attack all at once and take Whitebeard's head!
And it cuts to a Kainu who's standing in front of Whitebeard.
Pops!
And then every available Navy soldier that's there in front of Whitebeard starts opening fire on him. They start stabbing him in the stomach. They open fire with guns. They shoot cannons at him.
Stand back!
Pops!
You little scalawags. You think they can kill me like this? I don't need your help.
As Whitebeard's eyes that were once narrowed from getting hurt, he opens them wide and screams,
I am Whitebeard!
I do love it in the anime when he gets shot in the face with a cannon and his whole face is smoking. And then it looks like he's about to fall, but then he plants his ground and he starts leaning back up.
Orewa Shirohige da!
And he proceeds to basically body everyone nearby. But he knocks off all the Navy soldiers who tried to kill him, and they all get bodied. In one swing. In one swing, they get bodied.
Monster!
I know exactly what it would mean if I were to die.
And it shows a gaping hole in Whitebeard's chest from where Akainu hit him earlier.
That's all the more reason to stay alive until I guided my sons towards a brighter future. Right, Ace?
What are they doing? They're standing behind Whitebeard!
You don't need to understand it.
We're here to defend Pops' pride!
You're too blasted loyal, you little fools. If it's the future you want to see, I'll
give you a glimpse right now! And when he did it in the anime, it formed a vortex. Yes, he started swinging his Basento around, which is actually an attack you can use in the One Piece Power Warriors games. It's better in 3 than it is in 2. But he sweeps it around him, and then it causes so many dudes to get thrown up into the air. They're high above Marineford, and all it cuts is like to the music of difficult, and he's just holding his ground as it shows the whole air filled with the bodies of Marines as they fall around him. Such a cool shot.
If it's the future you want to see, I'll give you a glimpse right now, Whitebeard. Strike!
As the two men are preparing to cut down Ace.
Ace!
You don't think I can't stop?
And then, Whitebeard tries to make a move, but he stops as he gets affected bodily again.
Take a good look, Whitebeard.
No.
Stop! Yamero!
And Luffy screams out, and then all of a sudden, a big burst shoots out from Luffy, and the two guys on the execution platform fall over to the ground. This shocks Sengoku. This shocks Ace. The Haki of the Supreme King! You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, did you just... I'll save you right now!
That boy.
As Luffy uses Conquerors once again. That's the end of chapter 569. Onwards to chapter 570, but we got a very important SBS. Question. Hello, Mr. Oda. There's something I really want to know. Please tell me the names of all the division commanders that Whitebeard leads. I'm especially wondering about the person carrying that giant iron ball and the samurai-like person. Signed, Senmaru. Answer. Okay, there's so many questions about the behind-the-scenes stuff about the war this time. Anyway, I'm only answering because you asked. Stuff that's talked about in SBS really doesn't need to be remembered for the main story. I don't talk about certain things in the main story because I omitted them on purpose. I think that too much unnecessary information will only confuse the readers, and I respect Oda for that. There's such thing as too much exposition. So please enjoy the stuff in SBS strictly as an extra. Now here are the division leaders of the Whitebeard Pirates. At the top, we have Captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, Edward Newgate. Division 1 leader, Marco. Division 2 leader, Ace. Division 3 leader,
Diamond Jozu.
Division 4 leader, Thatch. Division 5 leader, Vista. Division 6 leader, Blamenko. Division 7 leader, Rakuyo. Division 8 leader, Namuel. Or Namul, or Namule, or Namul. Division 9 leader, Blenheim. Division 10 leader, Kuriel. Division 11 leader, Kingdu. Division 12 leader, Haruta. Division 13 leader, Water Buffalo Atmos. Division 14 leader, Speed Gilles. Division 15 leader, Fossa. And Division 16 leader, Izo. So we have a name of the geisha guy wielding the guns. His name is Izo. Chapter 570, The Bridge of Life. Get a hold of yourself! I almost passed out.
He's his brother.
Ugh.
He has the haki of the Supreme King. He's just like Pops and Shanks.
Did he do that?
It seems he did it instinctively.
There's a scary power hidden deep inside that kid. As Mihawk looks on while Akainu and Kizaru talk about it.
So you really were born with it.
You too, Luffy?
If you can't withstand it, stay back! Don't think of him as a kid!
He's the son of Dragon the Revolutionary. Little wonder he possesses this innate power.
Vice Admiral Doberman!
That boy must not survive this battle. If he does, he will become a grave threat to us in the future.
That's some power! Where'd you learn to do that? Huh? What power? Goes Luffy. Never mind! He doesn't know. It's still a hidden power for now, but that explains why people are so drawn to him. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, eh, dragon?
Finish off Whitebeard first! He may be a monster, but he's dying! He must be defeated now!
And Whitebeard continues to just body everyone who tries to step to him.
Men! Back up!
Pops!
Back up, Luffy the Straw Hat, with everything you've got!
I think this is the only time that someone calls Luffy the Straw Hat.
Back up, Luffy the Straw Hat.
This is the only time I think in the series that anyone ever calls Luffy that. The same way that Shocky is the only person that ever calls Luffy Monkey.
Back up, Luffy the Straw Hat, with everything you've got.
Back up, Ace's brother?
Give it your best shot, boy. If you're one of the successors to the will of D, show me what kind of era you will create.
Straw Hat Boy, look out, goes Ivankov. But then the division leaders all pop up and defend Luffy. And one dude tries to take aim at Luffy, but another member of Whitebeard's pirates comes in and drop kicks him before he can even shoot.
Hurry up, Ace's brother! Right now the Navy forces are targeting Pops. If you miss this chance, you'll never get past the Admirals.
Huh?
We'll break through it at a single point! Follow us!
This is huge, Straw Hat Boy. The world's greatest pirate is testing you. Are you prepared to meet Whitebeard's expectations? Hee-haw! I don't know about that old Whitebeard guy, but I came here for one reason, and one reason only. Get out of the way, Straw Hat Boy. Get out of the way, Straw Hat Boy! It's Hawkeye! And a slash almost hits Luffy, but Mr. One jumps in and deflects it. You! President's orders. The Navy is my enemy for the time being. You must be Daz Bones. As Mihawk comes up and immediately cuts down Mr. One without even batting an eye. Mr. One stands in the way of Mihawk, and Mihawk says, like, I know who you are, and immediately cuts him down instantly. I know who you are, but you're still not strong enough to face off against me. You must be Daz Bones, and proceeds to cut down Mr. One. And as he gets close, Crocodile comes in and deflects away Mihawk. Crocodile.
I'm not in a good mood right now. You'd better watch out, Hawkeye.
Then back to Sentomaru.
What's the meaning of this? Aren't you one of the 7 warlords? You knocked out all those pacifistas. You knocked all those pacifistas out of commission. Aren't you supposed to be on the government side?
I'll tell you one thing.
Huh?
Love is a hurricane!
What are you talking about?
Mihawk, Daz Bones. I'm not Roronoa. Really? Sorry, but I need your help. No problem, Eva. As a person gets out of Ivankov's massive afro, and it's Inazuma. You don't need to worry about me. And then it cuts to Whitebeard, who keeps using his powers to deflect away more Navy soldiers. The execution platform is close, Straw Hat Boy. Yeah, run on ahead. And we have Jinbei right behind Whitebeard, defending his back. Then we have Inazuma cutting up the ground. Huh? And Inazuma pretty much created a platform that leads straight up to the execution platform itself.
Ah! What is that thing?
Inazuma basically cut the ground and flipped it so that it could go up to the execution platform, so Luffy had a way up.
Crab guy!
Look! Inazuma of the Revolutionary Army!
Luffy, hurry!
Yeah, thanks!
And Luffy has a straight shot towards Ace.
I'm here, Ace!
You're not going anywhere!
But Vista jumps up and deflects the cannon fire away from Luffy that was shot at him and cuts it in two.
Keep going, Straw Hat!
I won't let you. And as Kizaru tries to shift over to where Luffy is, Whitebeard stops him and looks up.
Go, Straw
Hat! Free Ace!
Ace's brother!
Captain Buggy! Straw Hat is at the execution platform! Hey! He's getting all the attention!
Stay away! Hee-haw! But something lands in front of Luffy.
Hey!
And it's Garp!
Grandpa! Get out of my way!
I'm not going anywhere, Luffy! I'm a Vice Admiral in the Navy!
And that is the end of Chapter 570. We got another SBS, and we can move on to Chapter 571. And one thing I have to say about this specific question corner is how when Oda creates the drawings for the SBSs, in this particular one, the admirals are moving their bodies in a way to be like SBS. So to see Kizaru, Akainu, and Aokiji move their bodies for SBS is like, they would never do this. Let alone not have jackets on. Well, have their admiral's coats on. And Sengoku's off to the side just looking at them weirdly. Question. I just learned how to use hockey recently. My friends around me are collapsing left and right. What should I do? Signed, New Year's Man. Answer. That's amazing. If that hockey has the color of the Supreme King, then you better learn how to control it quick, or else your friends are going to suffer. The other possibility I can think of is that you stink so much that your friends are passing out. If that's the case, go take a bath. Question. There was something I wanted to ask you, so I picked up a ballpoint pen to write this to you. It's about Emporio Ivankov. He looks very similar to Dr. Frankenfurter of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Remember, you guys mentioned this back when Ivankov was first introduced a couple of volumes back. What do you think? Signed, I love Yukun Takashi. Answer, that's right. Rocky Horror Picture Show is a movie that's all B-movie horror film lovers would know, would know about. It's a very stupid film, but I love it to death. Kama Land is pretty much based on it. His looks are based on that character, but there's actually another person that I based Ivankov on. Despite having already brought out Bon Clay, that person made me want to create a real cross-dressing character. That person was in the same theater troupe as a voice actress for Luffy, Mayumi Tanaka. When I saw his theater performance, I was stunned. His name is Norio Imamura. Because his face looked like a rock, I mistakenly remembered his name as Iwamura. Iwa means rock in Japanese. I feel like those injections Luffy got makes him as strong as the lifespan he loses, so really he's older than what he really is in his 20s or 30s. I don't know if it works that way. It doesn't exactly progress your body and advance it to a more age. It just shortens the lifespan. It doesn't progress you further with your lifespan. It just shortens it. So it just takes years off of your life. It doesn't make your body older than what it is. It just takes years off of it. Really like my Buggy voice?
Well, thank you. What in the world is this strange creature?
But his, let me see. Because his face looked like a rock, I mistakenly remembered his name as Iwamura. Iwa means rock in Japanese, which I then shortened to Iwa-san. On top of that, after Imamura found out that Eva was based on him, he rushed to the anime auditions for the character and was cast. In short, a real cross-dresser, Norio Imamura, who was the model for Eva, is playing Eva in the anime series. Stunning! And then he was replaced because he was doing some shady stuff on the side, I believe. Hold on. Yeah. He was arrested for indecent pictures. And after that moment happened, they replaced Ivankov's voice actor. So, yeah, he may have been the creation of Eva and the inspiration for Eva, but it didn't last too long. You'll notice if you listen to how Ivankov sounds in the beginning of Impel Down to around the point of, I want to say, some point in Marineford or a little while afterwards, his voice actor was completely changed. But that's the end of the SBS. We're actually making good time. For me to be going through 11 chapters, we're making good time. We are almost done. We only got 2 more chapters after this, and I'm not even close to 1 hour and 30 minutes yet. Chapter 571, the execution platform. And Garp had landed in front of Luffy. It's the hero, Garp! The bridge is going to fall. Do something, Straw Hat Boy.
I've been fighting pirates since long before you were born. If you want to pass, you have to kill me first, Straw Hat Luffy! That's the path you two have chosen!
Old man, goes Ace. And we get a flashback.
Don't be such a baby! You have to grow up to be a Navy man stronger than anybody! At this rate, the pirates will have your guts for garters!
Maybe that was because there were a lot of double pages? Yeah, there were quite a few double pages.
I can't do it, Grandpa! Just get out of the way!
Do it or Ace will die!
No!
There will be many things in life that you won't want to do. I'll show you no mercy! Luffy!
And Sengoku watches on. As everyone watches, as Luffy prepares to face off against his own grandfather.
You're an enemy of the state!
Whitebeard watches on as Garp prepares to hit Luffy. Then Luffy goes gear second, and Garp's punch gets right in front of Luffy. And then it shows Luffy's face, then Luffy's face as a kid, then Ace's face, then Ace's face as a kid. And then Garp thinks back to what Ace said. But after everything I've seen and done, I still don't want to die. And then Garp closes his eyes. Garp! As he misses Luffy. And Luffy punches his own grandfather, knocking him off the platform as he gets closer and closer to the execution platform with Ace. Much to everyone's shock. Vice Admiral Garp! And Garp is face first in the ground. And Luffy, as the platform bounces off, as Luffy bounces off the falling platform, he launches towards the platform itself. You're a father before you're a Navy man, eh, Garp? Then it cuts to Kizaru, who reforms himself after being dissipated by Whitebeard, who then shoots Whitebeard straight in the chest. He keeps his foot down. He holds down Whitebeard's Basento with one foot. That just shows you how strong Kizaru is. And then shoots Whitebeard in the chest. Pops! Then Luffy manages to land on the platform right next to Ace. Then we cut back to when Luffy was talking to Hancock and she gave him a key. Take this. It's the key to your brother's shackles. I have the key. Just wait. Luffy! And then Sengoku gets angrier. Look! Fleet Admiral Sengoku is using his powers! I've never seen them before.
Halt! Who do you think I'd allow you to escape?
As Sengoku grows to a very large size, but we don't fully see it. Huh? Sengoku! Then Kizaru aims towards Sengoku, and as Luffy is about to unlock Ace's handcuffs, Kizaru shoots the key itself. We all know that Garp gave Luffy a free shot. We know. Hey, the key! But Kizaru shoots the key and breaks it instantly. The fact that he's able to aim all the way over to where Luffy is, zoom in on the key itself, and then shoot it and snap it in half. It's like, okay, this dude's got some crazy aim. Hey, the key!
Take aim!
The key! And then a person starts twitching right next to Ace. What happened? Did I just faint? And it's Mr. 3, who was posing as one of the execution guards for Ace. Huh? Mr. 3, what are you doing here?
I'll execute you myself!
Come. Hey, Mr. 3, make a wall to protect Ace. Ah! What is that thing? Ah! As Sengoku punches towards Luffy, and Luffy uses giant balloon candle wall, which protects both Mr. 3 and Ace.
His body grew.
But Luffy, despite having a rubber body and using Gear 3rd to inflate his body, still coughs up blood from the impact of Sengoku, which also causes the entire platform to capsize and crumble.
What just happened? The execution platform is collapsing!
Ace isn't dead yet!
They're falling!
I'll make a key right now and set him free!
Do it! Captain Buggy, it's Big Bro Mr. 3! How?
Fire! Destroy them along with the platform!
Go! Save your brother!
As it cuts back to Bon. If I told you I was here to mourn my fallen comrade and avenge him, would you laugh at me?
Of course not!
Go save your brother, Straw Hat! Drat! As Sengoku jumps away from the incoming cannon fire, and the entire platform gets engulfed in fire.
Fire Fist doesn't have his powers right now. He can't be alive.
Huh?
Look inside the flames. It's a tunnel of fire.
You never changed, Luffy. Huh? You never do as I tell you.
Yeah!
And you get yourself in big trouble, as it cuts to Ace, who's free of his handcuffs, and he's right there with his brother. Ace! Ace! Ace is free. That's the end of chapter 571. We got another SBS. Onwards. Question. I admired Chopper and went to medical school. That's the end of 571. I said, that's the end of 570, and I left it off. That was the end of chapter 571. My bad. I admired Chopper and went to medical school. Huh? What? You don't believe me? It's true. I got motivated from looking at Chopper treating his buddies. It's not because I wanted to do some medical examinations on Nami. Signed, Shimizu Chamoroi. You love that panel of Luffy and Ace? Yeah, it's iconic. Ace is free, and he's with his brother. Answer. Shimizu Chamoroi? When did you get out of prison? Sheriff, hurry up and catch him! He's a pervert that's always trying to mess up SBS! Refer to volume 55. If he becomes a doctor, who knows what kind of freak accidents would happen? What?
No, not me!
Huh? What's wrong with being naked underneath my coat? Question. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Oda. After reading volume 57, this came to my mind. I can't tell the difference between Marco the Phoenix's mystical Zoan type and Ace's Flame fruit. Signed, CNY. Answer. I thought so. For this war arc, I omitted a lot of explanation to keep the pace going. I commend Oda for always keeping the pace going well. To be more specific about Marco's powers, since he is a Zoan type, his body is still physical. But the blue flames of revival is a power of the Phoenix and can heal his wounds, nullifying most attacks. But the healing has limitations. It means the fire is for revival, but unlike real fire, it doesn't spread or give off heat of any sort, making it completely different from Ace's flames. This might come into play in the main story at a later time, so I'll leave it at that for now. Question! Mr. Oda, in your SBS you say perverted things, you know? I'm sorry if that offends you. Doesn't your wife complain? If she doesn't, she's like the perfect wife for manga artists. I'm impressed. No, seriously, I am. Signed, 12-year-old girl. Answer. I say even weirder things at home, so it's okay. This ends my SBS for this volume. No more SBS, though we do have like the voice panel at the end for the voice actor for Chopper and Robin, I think. Chapter 572, The Times They Are A-Changin'. Fire Fist Ace is free!
Straw Hat really did it! He said Ace free! After all those impossible stunts back at Impel Down, After all those impossible stunts back at Impel Down, he finally did it!
I knew you could do it! As Ivankov is just completely covered in tears. Keep your guard up, Luffy.
Okay!
Fire pillar!
And Ace just douses the entire ground in flames.
Luffy! Ace!
And Whitebeard is smiling. Bloodied, but smiling.
Watch out! He's dangerous!
Can you still fight, Luffy?
Of course!
As Luffy and Ace in a beautiful wide panel shows Ace covered in the flame fruit, preparing to fight while Luffy is prepared to fight as well. It's such a beautiful panel.
Ace's fire is of the Logia type. Don't let him get away!
I never dreamed I'd see the day when you'd have to save me. Thanks, Luffy. I couldn't have done it without that Whitebeard guy's help.
But you're still surrounded! You're all going to die!
As they open fire on Ace and Luffy, Ace is completely fire, so the bullets go through him, and Luffy is rubber, so the bullets just bounce off of him. And he rebounds them back at some Navy soldiers who get hit.
Yeah!
And then Ace pushes the head down on Luffy so that he doesn't get cut, but he gets cut, and the blaze just goes straight through him since he's fire. He's my brother. I'd appreciate it if you didn't hurt him.
Fire Fist!
And the whole, he just beats up everybody with Fire Fist. It's so good! It's so good! It's so good! It's so good!
Fire Fist!
And it just shows Luffy and Ace defending themselves from all these Navy soldiers.
Look at that teamwork, goes Vista.
We have to clear the way for their escape!
Hurry! Execute Fire Fist and Straw Hat!
As it shows Luffy and Ace back to back as they're bodying everybody. You've gotten a lot stronger, Luffy. I'll surpass you one of these days, Ace.
Ice Block.
Admiral Aokiji!
Hey, it's him! And I should be the one protecting you for now. Stay back, Luffy.
Pheasant Peck.
Mirror Flame! And both Ace and Aokiji's powers hit each other. Then we get Sengoku.
This is unacceptable. How could I let this happen?
Fleet Admiral! Just let them go. It'll make the future a lot more interesting.
Don't talk nonsense,
goes Momonga to Doflamingo. Then Akainu.
Keep your head on your shoulders. They're not leaving here alive.
Admiral Sakazuki!
Which platoon is this traitor from? He's just a prisoner who posed as a Navy man, as it shows Mr. 3, upside down as some Navy soldiers begin to get close to him.
Yeah! Everybody look out of the way! Their ship is starting to move!
Stay away from it! They're using the paddles to move on land! But who's on board it now? Pops! Everybody! Hurry and run! We'll hold them back!
And it's Squad, who's piloting the paddle boat from before.
Squad? It's the World Spider Pirates!
Sorry.
It's the World Spider Pirates!
Those idiots.
Don't do anything crazy, Squad! You don't want to die, do ya?
Of course I do. I deserve to die for stabbing Pops. It may not atone for my crime, but I won't be satisfied until I do this. Now take Ace and get out of here!
Squad, you don't need to do that!
Hey, hurry up and get these handcuffs off.
As someone is working to get the handcuffs off of Marco. But as the paddle boat speeds forward, it suddenly stops.
Whoa! Something made the ship stop!
And it's Whitebeard with one hand. Mind you, this is a ship that's slightly smaller than the Moby Dick. The Moby Dick is a gigantic ship, and Whitebeard just stopped this one with one hand. With one hand, he stops it. And he's still huffing and puffing, and his whole body's bloodied.
Pops! Don't you realize how cruel it is to make a father bury his sons? And you actually think that little jab of yours hurt me? Everybody grows old and dies eventually. We've done what we came here to do. Pops, Our business here is finished. And now, these are my final orders as your captain. Listen carefully, Whitebeard pirates.
Final? What do you mean? Don't talk like that, Pops.
I don't want to.
I don't want to hear that. Aren't we going back to the new world together? And then Ace chimes up. Pops!
It's time for us to part ways. You must all survive and return to the new world.
Pops? Are you planning on dying here?
I'm a relic of a bygone era. No ship can carry me into the new age.
And then Whitebeard puts his hand back as he prepares to use his powers again.
Get away from here, my sons!
As he unleashes a quake powerful enough to ripple all throughout all of Marineford. Like the entire big main area where we see the big buildings and everything, he unleashes a quake straight towards it, point blank, and it goes all the way through all of Marineford. Luckily, there's no civilians here because they all evacuated to Sabaody. Pops! No! It's the captain's orders! We have to go! Old man! Pops!
Don't turn back. A new age is coming.
As Whitebeard smiles. Then everyone gets swept back from the shockwave of this quake.
Whitebeard!
A pirate who's not interested in treasure? Then what do you want? Well, Newgate? And I guess we have a young Whitebeard on a different ship.
It's been a long journey. Let's finish this once and for all, Navy.
And that is the end of chapter 572. Onwards to the last chapter of this volume, but first, we have a question corner for Chopper's voice actress, Ikue Otani. How do you do? This is, how many times do we do this again? Did we do this again? Oh yeah, 6. This is our 6th voice actress voice question corner. Let's start. She's the one who's voicing every single cute mascot character in Japan. No one can do cuter voices than she can. On top of that, she's one of the best actresses I've seen. Oh yeah, she's tiny and cute too. Here is the voice of our ship doctor, Chopper, the tiny Ikue Otani in the house. Oda. Now, is everybody ready? Let's have her introduce herself. Here comes Miss Otani. Yo. That's so short. That really scared me. Hey, Odachi. Did you have to say tiny when you introduced me? Oh, right. Sorry, actually. I'm not sorry. You should be. Anyway, this is a question corner called SBS. Do you know what it stands for? Of course I know. Showing off my bombshell rock paper and scissors. So, what's that? That's what I want to know, so you don't know it. Here's a hint. You take questions and ask for submissions and stuff. Oh, I get it now. Surprise! Blossoming! Sunrise! I'm the one being surprised. Whatever, I'll just leave it at that. Preview for next voice actors SPS. The next 2 will feature these 2. Robin, Yuriko Yamaguchi, and Frankie, Kazuki Yao. The very easygoing Yuriko and the perverted Yao. It should be a lot of fun. We'll be waiting for your nonsensical questions. Chapter 573, the name of this era is Whitebeard. Ah! Marineford is crumbling! As the quake, the one quake from Whitebeard, starts to slowly destroy all of Marineford. It's literally crumbling in on itself, slowly but surely. Marineford is crumbling! Buildings are falling over everywhere. He's really going to destroy the whole island! Stop, Whitebeard! Pops! We can't leave you behind, Pops! You gotta come with us! Pops!
Can't you follow your captain's orders? Get away from here, you lousy brats!
Kill Whitebeard! He's on his last breath! And then Whitebeard proceeds to fight the rest of the Navy. Hurry! We have to do like Pops ordered! Pops! Ace! As Ace is looking towards Whitebeard. Get ready to set sail! Commander Marco, let's go! Pops. As it shows Marco is better after, regaining his powers again. Fleet Admiral Sengoku! Now that he doesn't have to worry about Ace, he'll do everything he can to send Marineford to the bottom of the sea, all in exchange for his life. Vice Admiral Garp, are you alright?
He's gonna settle things and bring this era to a close. Well, bring it on!
As it shows Garp with a bloodied forehead.
Captain Buggy! The video transponder snail has finally regained consciousness!
Great! Point it at me! We'll show the whole world my heroic deeds!
You've been frozen for God knows how long and you ain't done jack.
They can all watch me take Whitebeard's head!
And then it cuts back to Sabaody.
The video's back on! What happened to Whitebeard after he got stabbed?
Ahem!
Were all his pirates' allies killed after Whitebeard betrayed them?
Ahem!
Someone's on the screen!
Hello, everybody! This is Buggy, the legendary pirate.
You again?
Like no one wants to see him.
Hurry to the shore! Don't let the pirates escape! Kill as many of them as you can!
You have to deal with me first.
And Whitebeard, you know, right behind these Navy dudes who very stupidly decided to turn their backs to him. He's all like,
You'll have to deal with me first.
and he proceeds to body them too. And there's a massive crash as everyone is trying to make their way back out to sea again.
Commander Jozu! You still alive? You have to come with us!
And it shows Jozu being carried, but he's also still kind of relatively frozen. He's also still relatively frozen as well, and he's still missing his arm, but they can't hold him.
Yeah! Blenheim! You have to carry Jozu! Straw Hat Boy, what are you standing around for? Ace! We have to go! Don't let the old man's sacrifice go to waste!
Don't worry, I won't.
Then there's a big explosion of fire,
Get out of the way!
and Ace is kneeling before Whitebeard. Why did I say Blackbeard? Ace is kneeling before Whitebeard.
I have little use for soft words.
Oh, wait. I have little use for soft words. But tell me one thing, Ace. Were you happy with me as your father?
Of course!
And it shows Ace, Jinbei, and Luffy preparing to run.
Run! Run to the ship!
Ace and Luffy, get in the front!
Jinbei!
They're specifically targeting you two. It's Pop's last wish to get that his men get away alive.
We captured a warship! Everybody get aboard!
You have to hurry, Luffy.
Goes Hancock.
Admiral Sakazuki!
Do they really think they can escape? They're fools.
The execution platform is wrecked! What happened to Ace? Show us where Whitebeard is! Look out! It's a Kainu!
And Akainu starts using his powers to punch and, kill a whole bunch of pirates, because there's no way you, as a regular person, are going to survive being hit by a giant fist made of lava. So he's just burning everyone instantly.
You free Ace and then turn tail and run, eh? The Whitebeard pirates are a pack of cowards, but considering who your leader is, that's no surprise. Whitebeard is a loser from a bygone era.
And then Ace, hearing those words, was all like, hold up, fam, what you just say? He stops.
Ace!
A loser?
Ugh.
Take that back! Take back what you said!
Ace! Don't! Keep running! Ace!
He said something bad about Pops, and everyone is trying to tell Ace, like, turn around, let it go, let go! And then Luffy screams, Ace!
Your real father, Gold Roger, stood in his way, making him an eternal loser who could never become the king. That's who Whitebeard is. I'm only speaking the truth. You pirates call him Pops and love him, and put on this farce that you're one big happy family.
Stop!
Even though he ruled the seas for decades, he was still never able to become the king. He never achieved his dreams. And in the end, one of his own idiot sons was smooth-talked into stabbing him. And now he's going to die to protect that same idiot. Isn't that a failed life?
Stop it! Goes Ace. And then Izo chimes in. Don't let him provoke you, Ace! Get back here! Pops gave me a place I could call home. You don't know anything about his greatness!
People who live outside the law are worthless. You pirates don't deserve a happy home. Whitebeard will die a loser, a fitting end for the leader of a band of human trash.
Whitebeard is the greatest pirate in the world! He created this age! Don't you slander the man who saved me! And then, the name of this era is Whitebeard! And Akainu and Ace clash with each other's powers, but Ace gets burned and launched backwards. Ace! Gah! Ace got burned?
Getting careless because you're a Logia type. You're just fire. My magma can burn even you. My powers are far superior to yours.
I love doing the voices for Akainu.
Just the overall gruffness of his voice. No nonsense. Just the death of all pirates.
I love doing Akainu's voice.
You're just fire. My magma can burn even you. My powers are far superior to yours.
Ace!
Luffy, you've reached your limit!
As Luffy's unable to stand, and then the Viver card of Ace falls away from Luffy. Hey, Ace's Viver card!
Gold Roger, the Pirate King, and Dragon the Revolutionary. How surprising that their sons are blood brothers. You're both criminals by blood. You'll never be allowed to escape. You brothers won't get past me. Just watch.
As Akainu's eyes shift from Ace and over to someone else. Huh? Hey, wait! As Akainu goes for Luffy, and he prepares to kill Luffy. But, Luffy! And as Luffy looks on, he can only stare as Ace stands in front of Luffy and takes the attack from Akainu. As Akainu pierces straight through Ace's body. I don't say just his chest, his whole body. Even while using his flames to try and mitigate it, it doesn't do anything to keep Akainu from straight up impaling Ace. And Luffy is confused. Huh? And Ace starts coughing out blood as everyone, all of the major commanders, stare as Ace gets impaled. And then the last panel we get of this volume are Ace's Viver card finally starting to burn away. The last piece of his Viver card starts to immediately burn off. To be continued in One Piece Volume 59. We got SBS with Chopper's voice actor. We'll go through that, and we'll call it a session. Our ship dock... I know this is a serious moment. Ace literally just jumped in the way to save Luffy. We'll see what happens tomorrow in the next volume. Finished before 2? Well, I got 8 minutes. But I still need to do this SBS, say my final words, and then call it a session for today. But I did pretty good for this to be 11 chapters. Not too much monologuing this time. Our ship doctor, Ikue Otani. Reader, Miss Ikue Otani, do you always do Chopper's voice when he's big? Answer, that's right. My voice when he's in berserk mode has production effects on it, but I do all of Chopper's voices. Sir Cash-a-Lot, no talking about things that happen in the future. Nope. No talking about things that happen in the future. Keep it clean. We're only talking about things that happen in the volume as I go. This is meant for people who are new to One Piece so that they don't get spoiled. They can read along with me or listen along with me, but no spoilers. None in the future. Never go past what this volume entails. So be careful. Please be careful. This is for the sake of everyone else. It's all good, Sir Cash-a-Lot. Just be careful. I'm not gonna get on your case like, all right, you're banned or you're in timeout. I'm not. Don't even worry about it. You're fine. Just remember it for next time and be careful because you never know if this is someone's first time reading One Piece. And mind you, they may not even know who that person is. But all the same, just be careful.
but I thank you for understanding. That's right. My voice when he's in Berserk mode has production effects on it, but I do all of Chopper's voices. Question. How do you do? When Chopper gets big, do you get big too? I heard you're a voice actress that goes for realism. Sign, Ma Chérie. Ma chérie amour. Reading One Piece is so good. Ikue. Nope, I'm always big. But since I'm playing the part of the tiny Chopper, I have to shrink most of the time because I go for realism. Question. So give it to me straight. Which one is bigger? A life-size Chopper or you? Sign, Funako. Answer. What? You're unsure about that? Question. Miss Otani, is it true that you put jam on everything? Sign, Mihon. Answer. Yep, I even put jam on jam. I respect that. Jam on jam? Remember, this is pre-time skip. It happens. I know. It happens. Question. But yeah, jam on jam? I've never tried a jam sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly, yes, but I never just like a regular jam sandwich. Question. Hello, Miss Ikue Otani. I got 5 minutes to get through this. Hello, Miss Ikue Otani. I have a question. Among the other voice actors and actresses, who's the one that you're the closest with? And who's the funniest? Please tell me. Signed, Ekichi. Answer. It's hard to say which one, but I think the funniest one is the captain. I'm really impressed at how many pranks she comes up with. Question. Can you think of a new technique for Chopper? Sign, Redbeard. The fact that Redbeard hasn't appeared in the story, that's a missed opportunity. Answer. Doctor's orders. Question. Miss Otani, do you also have 7 crazy transformations? Sign, don't mind Sekiguchi. Answer. Yeah, something like that. Tell me what happens when you, Miss Otani, eat 3 Rumble Balls. Please draw it. Sign, Chappie. And it cuts to her apparently growing to a titanic size where she's bigger than most people. You're more of a peanut butter and fluff guy? How is that? I never tried fluff. I've never had fluff in my life. What is that like? Is it like eating like marshmallows on top of peanut butter in a sandwich? I've never had fluff. In all my years, I've never had fluff. Question. Can you try drawing Chopper's hat without looking at any reference material? You can, right? Sign, don't mind Sekiguchi. Whenever you think of Redbeard, you remember Scooby-Doo? Like, which way do they go?
They went that way.
Like, thanks, man.
It's all right.
Like, I remember, like, I love the old school Scooby-Doo show. We don't talk about Velma. Velma is utter garbage, and I don't intend to ever watch it. Ever tried a peanut butter and jelly biscuit? What newfangled thing have you just introduced me to? Sorry, I need to continue. I got 3 minutes to get through this before I hit 2 hours. Miss Otani, I always love your cute voice. So for you, take this. Cotton candy attack, Captain Chopper.
Choo, choo, choo. Okay, you can come at me again.
Question. I have a question for Chopper. Please cure my illness called love sickness. Signed, Sugachi. Sugachi. Answer.
Let me have a go at this. Okay. Okay, try finding me first.
Question. When Chopper gets surprised, his hat jumps off his head along with his antlers. When you get surprised, Miss Otani, what jumps? Sign, Masa. Answer. My heel. Question. Otani, take this.
Negative hollow.
Sorry about that. Sign, Perona V. Answer.
I'm so sorry I couldn't grow to be big even after eating so much.
Question. To Miss Ikue Otani, I'm always watching you on TV. Chopper's voice is just too cute. I always try to impersonate Chopper. So how do you bring out Chopper's voice anyway? Do you have any advice for me to get better at impersonating your voice? If you maintain his motto, sign Pepper's sister. If you maintain his motto of be a man, anyone can impersonate his voice. Question. Miss Otani, I'll be honest with you. May I have your voice? Sign Reindeer Nakai. Answer. Sure, here you go. Oda. Okay, time's up, Miss Otani. Thank you. Huh? Did your voice just change? What? You gave your voice to Reindeer Nakai? That's bad. So Reindeer Nakai, do you think you can make it to the recording session next week? You can? That's great! Is it? See you all next volume. Oh no, Miss Otani is now unemployed! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of volume 58. I managed to finish and take my hands off the book right before an hour popped up. We did it! And I am done Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this very action-packed and also highly emotional volume of One Piece. But the emotions don't stop with this volume because they continue in the next one. And when we get to the next one, we only have One Punch Man tomorrow. Is it dropping tomorrow? Wait, is the new chapter out today? Is a new chapter out today? If there is, then we got to do it. We got to read the newest chapter of One Punch Man. There's a new chapter of One Punch Man out. Okay. When I get done here, I'm setting it up. I'm setting up for One Punch Man because I got to do that today. So no One Punch Man tomorrow. One Punch Man today. Once I get done. It's been great. It's been fun. Thank you for the continued support of this channel. This channel continues to grow, and that is absolutely amazing to me. Yeah, it tastes like s'mores. It's really good. I'll try it one day. Also, I got to try a peanut butter and jelly biscuit for Ozzy. Peanut butter and jelly biscuit, and then peanut butter and fluff sandwich. I'll have to try that as well. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for helping this channel and community be so amazing, so inviting for everyone who is new here. And I love getting up here every single day and doing what I do for all of you. This is an amazing career that I've taken part in. And even though some people may say like, well, you can't call yourself full-time if you're not making tons of money instantly, I call myself full-time because this is what I love to do and I enjoy it. This is one of the reasons why I wake up in the morning, because I love this. And thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to do that for you. So, as I bring this session to a close and prepare for One Punch Man, all I can say to everyone here is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, and because it helps the channel, then please like, subscribe, and share this stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. Now to prepare for One Punch Man.